Alright guys, James at RampantLionReviews again for you today, filming another little out and about video for you here in Copenhagen. For this one we are in Nørrebro and we're going to have a look at Mikkeller Ramen to Biiru. So the Nørrebro location, as far as I know, is the original one. There are other locations in Vesterbro, Frederiksberg, and there's also one in Malmö these days as well. But we're filming this review to show you what Ramen to Biiru is all about, and I thought it was best to come to the original one. So let's do as we always do. We'll go in, we'll have a little look at the menu, we'll have a beer, do a tasting, and yeah, that'll be that. See you in a second. But yeah guys, just to let you see exactly where we are, so yeah, we're in the middle of Nørrebro pretty much. So this is Grifhenfeldsgade, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Probably not, as I say, because Danish pronunciation is a wee bit crazy. But like I say, I believe this is the original Ramen to Biiru. They now have 5 different locations, but as you come in, here you see is the menu and the wee kind of authentic Japanese order machine, which is kind of cool. Your neon light. And yeah, it's been quite busy obviously because it's lunchtime, so there's a few things here, but yeah, if you walk up you've got these lovely tables here. I think these are walnut if I remember rightly, but yeah, very authentic. You can see them through the back there preparing things. They've got a kind of tap list there as well, which is pretty cool. All the kind of merchandise on top, some Japanese sake and things like that. So yeah, pretty awesome actually. And then you can see the Japanese sign ramen, and then Alan is just chilling over there. But yeah, that's a little quick kind of walk around of it here, and then there are your plastic Japanese ramens. Alright guys, so yeah, here are the different kinds of ramen that they have here in Ramen to Biiru. Lots of different kinds, all pretty authentic actually, and they're all, you know, between 100 and 125 kroner, so it's pretty good. And you can also see that they've got these plastic things that you have in the restaurants in Japan, and there are some beers that are brewed exclusively for Ramen to Biiru as well, but they've got the they've got some of the different beers on selection here, which is good. I think I'm going to go for a rice lager if they've got it on this trip. But yeah, nice little selection. Also the East Cold Mikkeller Vienna lager, which is very nice. So yeah, good selection of stuff here. Alright guys, so I saw a Mikkeller beer here that I'd never seen before, so I thought we would film a little tasting. So this one, the Lewis and Henry Japanese rice lager, it comes in at, where does it say? 5% ABV. So yeah, one of my favourite beers was the original Japanese rice lager, but this seems to be a different variant of it, so let's have a go and see what we think. I'm melting, no! Alright guys, so a little quick tasting then before the ramen comes. Like I said, we've got this beer, Lewis and Henry, 5% rice lager, playing tribute to Louis Poulsen, or should I say Werner Panton as well, so the Pantheon design sort of thing. So as you can see, lovely kind of pale golden straw colour, quite a bit of visible carbonation in this. You can see the condensation in the glass because obviously they give you an iced glass as they do in Japan when you get these lager beers. But yeah, lovely crystal clear colour this one. Looks exactly as you would expect from a rice lager, and you can see they also give you the Mikkeller mug as well, which is good. But yeah, let's look at the aroma quickly. Yeah, it's actually quite a sweet rice lager. It's sweeter than I remember the original Japanese rice lager being. So lots of lovely kind of sweet ricey notes off it. You do get a wee bit of kind of lager malt out of this, so there is a wee touch of a kind of bready undertone to it, you know, a little bit of an McVitie's digestive biscuity sort of thing. So yeah, other than that, in the malt base, I don't think there's too much to talk about other than a little bit of bread crust. So quite bready based, a little bit of bread crust. You can smell the really nice oily and slightly sweet ricey character coming off the top there, and a wee bit of McVitie's digestive biscuit. So on the hoppy side of things, a little bit earthy, but that's quite minimal to be honest with you. The green component leans towards the kind of soft grassy side of things, so a lovely little bit of a leafy green grassy character to this one, a little bit of floral aromaticity. But as I say, it doesn't smell like it's going to be the most kind of bitter of beers, to be honest with you. But to me it smells really nice. Fruity wise, a little bit of a kind of oily, peary sort of thing, maybe a little tiny bit of apricot. Yeah, I think that's it, mainly oily pears, a little bit of apricot. Kind of smells, it's quite like the kind of fruity notes you get from Japanese sake, to be honest with you, but when it's a Japanese rice lager, that's to be expected. I would suspect they maybe are using some kind of sake rice in this one. But yeah, let's have a look at this one then. So yeah, the Lewis and Henry Japanese rice lager, 5% ABV from Mikkeller. Slange, let's go. Yeah, it's pretty damn solid. I mean, for me, rice lagers are a bit of a nostalgic style. Obviously, you're not going to get people going wild about these on Untappd and things, but yeah, for me, I really like this, and this will go well with the ramen when it appears. So yeah, middle of the palate with this one. It's actually quite a bit crisper than the aroma would have you believe, but for the Japanese, quite often they see like beer as something to kind of clear the throat before you eat. That's how they view beer. If they want to drink properly, you know, usually it's sake and whiskey and stuff like this. So it makes sense. But middle of your palate, yeah, you've got a nice kind of crisp backbone to the beer. Certainly, I think some Pilsner malt in this. But on top of that kind of bread crusty backbone, white bread. A little bit of a McVitie's digestive biscuity sort of thing in this one. And in the middle of your palate, you've got that lovely kind of oily rice character. But like I say, this one actually gets quite dry the further into the aftertaste you go. So it's quite, it is really quite a crisp lager beer, this one. So it's kind of, it's almost like a rice pilsner, to be honest with you, with the dry character that the beer has. But yeah, malty-wise, it's kind of what you would expect, but different from the Japanese rice lager that we've had from these guys before. So this obviously is a very different beer from the other one. So hoppy-wise, it's more bitter in the flavour than you would think from the aroma as well. So back corners of the palate, you've got a little bit of earthiness there. As you come further forward, it's a little touch herbal, but as you push towards the front corners of the palate, then it's got quite a little bit of floral aromaticity around the front curve of the tongue, a bit lighter, a bit more zesty and things like that. And again, that kind of plays into the whole theme that this beer is actually quite dry and crisp. Front third of your palate, you've got the nice kind of fruity aspects of the beer, and again, it's quite oily and peary. There's maybe a wee bit of gooseberry in there, and maybe a very slight touch of apricot. But yeah, I like how this one goes together. So really nice lager beer this, so well done to Mikkeller for this once again. Mouthfeel wise, quite crisp, light bodied obviously, but yeah, nice crisp carbonation, light bodied, easy drinking beer this, which is what you'd expect. IBUs I think 25, 30, not going to blow the head off you. Malt base, as we say, is quite crisp, little degree of sweetness and oiliness to it. I don't know if we count rice as part of the malt base or an adjunct, so there is that oily character in there sitting on top of the malt base, then just some oily fruits. But yeah, that's a nice rice lager, and as I say, quite different from the Japanese rice lager, the blue one that I showed you in the machine earlier. But yeah, Lewis and Henry Japanese rice lager, 5% ABV from Mikkeller. Let's leave it at that for this one. Wait for the ramen to come. Alright guys, so here you go, ramen has arrived, very authentic. This one is the Angry Oki, so pretty spicy this one apparently, but I wanted to try something a wee bit different. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, so final thoughts then on my little trip here to Biiru in Nørrebro. So it was really nice to come back here again. The last time I was here was about 2.5 years ago, and I've been wanting to show you guys one of the Biiru restaurants, so where better than the original. I was in the Malmo one a couple of weeks back with my friend John, and that was really good. But yeah, just a little quick out and about video for you this time, because obviously this is more of a sort of restaurant rather than a kind of tap room or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Cool to show you the original Biiru, and I'll see you again soon with another out and about video. So make sure you come and check out Biiru in Nørrebro here in Copenhagen. See you soon.